President and distinguished colleagues, I am Senator Chukwuka Otazi, and I represent the good people of Enugu North Senatorial District of Enugu State. My privilege is on order 10 and 11. Any senator may arise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice a motion declaring that prepared to move without notice a motion. 11. When a matter of privilege at any time arises, the President shall, until the matter is disposed of, or unless the debate on a motion thereon is adjourned, suspend the consideration and decision of every other motion or any other question, provided precedence over other business shall not be given to any motion if the opinion of the President in the prima facie case of breach of privilege has not been made or how the matter has not been raised at the earliest opportunity. I'm making this, I'm coming under this privilege for a matter of urgent public importance and for clemency for Senator Ekweremadu and two others. Whereas the trial of Senator Ekweremadu, wife Nwaneka, and middleman Dr. Obinna Obeta has been concluded by a panel of jurors, returning a verdict of conviction for the aforementioned suspects in the case of the kidney organ harvesting allegation involving an Ebonyi 21-year-old complainant. Whereas the sentencing of the convicts was shifted to 5th May 2023 at Old Bailey Court, and following which the Senate, on account of the good standing of Senator Ekweremadu as his former Deputy Senate President for 12 years running, and as the former Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, and considering the enormous contributions he did make in the development of democracy in Nigeria, West Africa, and beyond. Whereas these confidants were first offenders and do not have any previous criminal records, and considering that Ekweremadu was ignorant, that seeking out kidney donors was a crime in the United Kingdom, even applied to the British High Commission in Abuja for a grant of travel visa to the alleged donor, clearly stating in writing the purpose for the travel visa. Whereas this Senate is not arguing the conviction of the Ekweremadus, as ignorance of the law is no excuse, but were forced into these circumstances in their bid to save a dying daughter, Sonia. Whereas this Senate is not in any way appealing against the conviction of the Ekweremadus, nevertheless, it is joining them in their allocutus plea by asking for clemency in the coming sentencing 2 days away. Now, this Senate resolves as follows. 1, that clemency be extended to the Ekweremadus, considering that all of the convicts were first offenders. 2, that since this matter was novel in the United Kingdom, that a novel approach in sentencing of the convicts be adopted by tempering justice with mercy, as the publicity already given to the trial was enough warning to would-be offenders in future. 3, that considering the long history of good relationship existing between Britain and Nigeria, and considering that this is the first time the Senate is making this kind of plea, that the British government yields to our request for clemency for the Ekweremadus in their sentencing. I so move.
Well, thank you very much, Minority Whip, distinguished Senator Chukwuka Otazi. You have come under privilege, and is the only way we can take this. And as we all know by our standard rules, this is not something that we are going to debate because it has come under privilege. But let me reiterate what our colleague here has presented to us. Distinguished Senator Ekweremadu served as Deputy President of the Senate for 12 consecutive years. He has put in so much effort in the development of Parliament across Africa and indeed the world, and was never found wanting. And therefore, what has happened is very unfortunate, it's very sad, I have written a letter to the British judicial officers or judicial authorities about 2-3 weeks ago, seeking for clemency even before the, what do you call that? Yes, to seek for clemency, given the history of Senator Ekweremadu, and that I did on behalf of the Senate. I signed the letter and was also delivered to the judicial authorities in the UK. And we are now using this particular intervention to seek for clemency in the sentencing. The conviction has already been done. We are not quarreling, but we are seeking clemency in the sentencing because this is the first time that our colleague, a patriot, a great man, a great leader, a very peaceful man, is getting involved in this kind of thing. And had we all knew that this would be the case, certainly we wouldn't have gone into that kind of situation, because we are very law-abiding citizens and we respect our country and its laws, and so do we for other countries and their laws. So I want to commend the distinguished Senator Chukwuka Utazi for bringing up this issue, but let me conclude by seeking tempering justice with mercy by the British judicial authorities, that when it comes to the sentencing, it should be considered that this is the first time ever that the distinguished Senator Ekweremadu will be facing this kind of situation. And this is also should be seen in the light of the relationship between our parliaments, our governments, and our nations. We promise that we will always make ourselves law-abiding, whether inside our country or outside our country. But this particular issue, to us, is a major diplomatic issue as well. So the authorities should look at the sentencing, that they don't give sentence that will be unnecessarily harsh. I'm not saying somebody should not do his work, but it's in order to seek for tempering justice with mercy. Thank you very much, Leader of the Senate.